Yes, I am getting in the camera with my skinny, fat, natural black ass. No cuts, no edits. Maybe a pause to get my thoughts together. First of all, let me just tell y'all what I'm doing. I'm doing some regular ass shit right now. You know, just show y'all how regular I am. Hold on. Oops. Oh shit. Hiccup. Yep. And my regular ass burgundy guest slides with my inside out regular ass tummy and Rick and Morty pajama shorts. Making some regular. Shit. Oh yeah, I definitely got to tread softly on this video. I don't want nothing. We keeping all that. Okay, making my regular ass cinnamon toast. I ain't trying to burn it though, so I gotta watch closer. It's in the broiler. I got a question though. Have you ever had that feeling to where, like, I don't know, I don't want to say, I don't want to speak like it has anything to do with ego and pride. It's just like that deep fucking feeling like you just have to, like, let out, and not only let it out, but like feel like the necessary need to, like, like I can't explain it. But pretty much, let me just tell y'all what got me to this point, right? So, bam, hold on. I'm only pausing because I'm checking on my toast. And I don't want to hold y'all up. Hold on. Okay, I might pause one more time, but I got something to say, and it's gonna say what you mean and mean what you say. Like, especially like when it's all really not ill intent. I'm just speaking on my perspective from like what I see through my own two goddamn eyes, and I'm just doing it honestly and as unbiasedly as possible. Okay, what are you talking about, Dizzy? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm gonna tell y'all as soon as I'm done with this toast. Hold on. What are you talking about, Dizzy? Young Pharaoh. And yeah, I could say Golden Beauty. Shout out to Golden Beauty too. The only reason is because I hate the fuck out of like shit like Bad Girls Club, Love and Hip Hop. But lately, what I've been watching, that's exactly what it's like. That's the vibe I'm getting. That's what it's feeling like. I'm just telling you how I feel. Okay, now, what got me to this point is like, admittedly, I was afraid. I was afraid to kind of. I was afraid like to hold the person that I admire, or hold a person. More than one. I ain't gonna say just but like I was afraid to hold a person, Young Pharaoh, a specific individual, accountable because I admire him so much, and like But he even said it in one of his videos. One of my favorite videos by him is 3D and 5D thinking, or that shit. I was afraid to hold him accountable, but that's that was one of them things that he said. You have to hold people accountable. You still love them, but when they wrong, they wrong. I'm dealing with that in my own personal life right now. With a few individuals. Not saying no names, and I ain't trying to cause no smoke, but that's a different topic for a different day. But like I said, probably for like the third time. Yeah, I was afraid to hold him accountable just because I admire him so much. But then, like, facts is facts. Like, and again, this is not me taking sides or being biased or even trying to even throw myself in the mix of, Young Pharaoh's drama. Young Pharaoh's drama and the shit that he got going on with his baby mama with Golden Beauty. Shout out Golden Beauty. Okay, not trying to shoot you down either, Queen, but yeah, all I'm saying is when that situation popped up with when they were on the IG Live when the police showed up, he literally said, okay, Young Pharaoh said that he did not drag her out. He didn't put hands on her. He said his bodyguard, Ace, he said Ace pretty much picked her up and escorted her out the house, is what he tried to make it sound like. Okay. But the night when you had the whole when you had everybody thinking like, you know, somebody was trying to assassinate you and all of that shit, you were tripping off shrooms. Okay. And I'm not judging. Motherfucker, I'm not judging. I've smoked weed, I've popped pills, I've done shrooms. Okay. At least the weed and shrooms is like what I'm stuck with. You know, that's the more natural. And like I really like shrooms. But I can tell you a story about when I first did do shrooms. I can see how somebody could like freak the fuck out. Like, you know, when people talk about bad trips and like, you know, flipping the fuck out. Like my first shroom trip, well, yeah, my first like real shroom trip, like, and on top of that, on top of my first shroom trip, I had alcohol in my system. Like, I don't know how it works for y'all, but for me, like, I don't do shrooms and alcohol. It's like, well, I think it's a lightweight curse. This is because like you're throwing some unnatural bad shit into your body on top of like the most natural thing you can do. You know, that's just me though. But yeah, I had alcohol in my system when I first did it, and my world turned upside fucking down. I love it. I love that shit. But you know, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know your limit, or at least you gotta be in like a good enough place to where like maybe you do start flip the fuck out, like you can calm. So that's why I prefer like to do them by myself and secluded, you know, for the first round of the trip. And by the time I come back around, by the time the roller coaster come back around, like I'm coasting, I'm all right. But yeah, I can see why and how somebody can lose their fucking mind. I get it. Okay, just admit it. You lost your fucking mind. Now here's where I came to the realization. Pretty much back to the topic at hand. When Pharaoh was talking about somebody, but people were trying to assassinate him and all of that shit. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I'm only picking out like the bullshit right now. Yeah, he probably did trip out, and like some of the stuff that he was doing while like like on the night in question, and some of that stuff he was doing, it was like, Pharaoh, bro, like you slipping. I don't know if this is premeditated or not, but like some of the shit that you're doing, like knowing like how you try to shape your character, know what type of person that, you know, I believe you to be, like that was a little bit out of character. Very fact, okay, first starting with the whole Ace, his bodyguard Ace Aru, there you go. Starting with the whole Ace Aru situation, where he was like my bodyguard, like when he was talking about, yeah, fuck my bodyguard, he had Golden House and this and that and this and that, he the police, woo woo woo. I'm like, I was confused. I forgot how it was worded or what made me even say. I'm like, Pharaoh, you're a bodyguard, bro. Are you talking about he signing with Golden when that's your bodyguard? Like way after, correct me if I'm wrong, way after Golden left, like your bodyguard was still by your side. Ace was still by your side the entire time. So I didn't understand that. I even type, you could even look, it's in a YouTube comment somewhere. I'm like, can you explain that, Pharaoh? That's your bodyguard. It's not Golden's bodyguard. Like, she didn't hire him. She don't pay him. No, I'm assuming you pay him and she don't pay him. So that's your bodyguard, bro. So what's happening? All of a sudden he the police and this and that. The Rick Ross Freemason shit. I don't give a fuck about that look. So that was the first oddity. So the second one was like, just the way he was acting, the stuff that he was doing. It's like, oh, he tried to dress it up like he was. I'm really not trying to sound combative here, but just from my perspective, he tried to dress it up like, there was a method to the madness. Like all the crazy shit he was doing was for like a higher purpose, which I'm like, bro, from what I seen when I first started watching your old videos, watching all your lectures on the university, because yes, I am subscribed to out in university too. Like, that's not you. It's not you. Now here's the icing on the cake and this is the game breaker combo for me. He lied, and that hurt me. He fucking lied. Remember what I said earlier in the video where he was talking about when him and Goldie got into it and he didn't put hands on her or drag her out? He said that Ace pretty much carried her out, but then you got on the camera and said, oh, yes, I did drag her out. I did drag her out. Yeah, she was doing too much woo-woo, so I drug her motherfucking ass out. I'm not judging your action. What you and that girl go through, that ain't got nothing to do with me or the rest of the world. You making it everybody's business because y'all steady putting videos out, so that's okay. But I did drag her out. No, nobody dragged her out. Nobody drug her out. Ace carried her out. But yeah, I did drag her motherfucking ass out. So you lied. You lied. Again, not judging your actions. I know women can piss you the fuck off. And I'm not condoning hitting women or none of that. Unless she coming at you with your own gun or a knife or something, like you ain't got no choice but to knock her on her ass, sure. Shit like that, your life. But as far as your pride and shit being hurt, even though I understand it, like we know in the end, that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not judging, not judging your actions, but the fact that you blatantly lied about that. And then got high on mushrooms and admitted it because you were freaking the fuck out. Some of that truth serum hit your body. Oh shit. See, one thing you are right about though, what motherfuckers do in their private life ain't nobody else's business unless somebody asks the question or you feel like you just had or you just feel the need to make it other people's business. That right there, that was smoker's cough. I'm not proud of it, but I smoke fucking cigarettes. They've been smoking them since May of last year, 2020. Was that about right? Am I right? 2020? Yeah, about May of last year, 2020. Okay, not proud of it, and I do plan on quitting. But just goes to show you that's. I don't use. Well, no, we all should use selective honesty. Tell the truth. Oh, what book did that come? See, now it's making me want to go get that book I saw at Walmart. I forgot what it's called, but then it's like I think the 12 rules to life or some shit. I think one of the rules was tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Boom! As I'm making this video, that whole thing makes a whole lot of fucking sense to me right now. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. And you lied, bro. And that hurt me. It's hurt me to even do. I'm trying to tell you. But see, as I surf through life, like we're all doing, and you're learning things about things, and you learn stuff about yourself. Now, one habit that I have that I need to break that I feel like I really need to break for situations just like this one right here that I'm explaining. I have a habit of throwing a salute at a motherfucker a little too quickly without getting the, deeply. No, like I'm an empath. Like that's just me. Like I'm so open. And people open up to me. Like I might build like a solid connection with people without really getting to know the nitty gritty of a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It always happens to me, just for situations like this, where I'm like I can. You can ask my cousin. I might tag her in this video about her baby daddy. Okay, about how I like when I first met the motherfucker. I'm like, oh yeah, he cool as fuck. He was a smart dude. Shook up hand. Nigga, we stayed up until 3, 4 in the morning, just talking about life, listening to music and shit. Like, oh, he a cool ass nigga. So I fuck with him, real nigga. Until what? Until like a week or two after, I found out that the nigga was insecure. he was insecure and shit. The nigga was insecure and shit. And he spoke down on my name. Nigga, I upped you spoke down on my name. Talking about, oh, hey, is that really your cousin? Bitch, you playing you? That's your playhouse cousin? Like, we kissing cousins, like we fucking or something. I'm like, goddamn, nigga, like, where did that come from? Shit, and I'm not used to a motherfucker being intimidated by me for anything. Like rather it's just, like, I'm not used to a nigga being intimidated. I'm not the nigga that walks in the room and, like, have, like, at least I don't feel like I'm the nigga that walks in the room and, like, have niggas looking at me and then looking at they bitch like, oh, he might take my bitch. Like, I'm not. If niggas do look at me like that, I don't put that energy out like that. If anything, again, I will up you. I'll dap you up. Somebody, you ask anybody around me. I'm like, man, your girl find the motherfucker, man. You got a window on your arm, nigga. Keep that. You know, I'm not blind. I might be as respectable and as humble and as noble as I can be, but I'm not blind. I'm still a man. So I'm like, man, well, shit, if I see one of my boys with something nice on their arm, I'm like, hey, go, boy. Yeah, nigga, like, we do that. but not getting too far away. But yeah, pretty much what I'm saying is, again, back to the point. I have a bad habit of pretty much giving it up to a nigga, like, way too quickly. And, hopefully one day, that shit don't work against me in like a really bad way. I'm not saying that I'm trusting, like, I always keep, try to keep that forest with a guy open, you feel me? But, but like, like I'm, like if I see, like I see the good in there, if I see some good in you, if I see good enough in you, and I see like good enough in you, like, okay, you know what, you're a real nigga. But every time I do that, it never fails. Every time I have done that, nigga, just like in this past year or two in this life, and out of these 27, almost 28 years of my life, every time I've done that, it always, it always hit me. It always hit me back in the face, like, So to see somebody as admirable and as intelligent and as humble and noble as like I know Pharaoh can be, to see him fall off the deep end like that, not only pretty much damn near sabotage himself on YouTube, making ass out of himself, and you admitted that you lied. And me holding you to high regard, it's like, bro, like, and shit, I want to apologize to Golden too, at least for that part of the situation. Like I said, what the hell y'all got going on? I don't know if y'all motherfuckers is off this camera when y'all not arguing. I don't know if y'all fucking, and that's not nothing to do with me or nobody else in the world. But that particular situation where the police got called, like, I had your back. I had bro's back. I thought she was full of shit. I did. Yeah, I thought she lied about that man putting hands on her. And not just because it's Pharaoh, like, it's because, like, this is the type of shit that we deal with, in the black community, or really just as men in general. My pops, he said some cold shit to me a while ago. Like, see if I can find like a little, I don't know if you see, like, say if there's like a little scratch mark that, a bitch got on her arm when she was 3 years old from playing too much or some shit, and she can get 18, 19, 20 years old, and that same scratcher she got was 3. She could be like, look, he did that to me. The nigga will go to jail. So that's not foreign. So yeah, when I heard that, yes, I did have his back. But nigga, the whole nigga, well, I ain't gonna say the whole world, but like the people in your immediate world, in this whole young Pharaoh world, like the people who know, they know. Nigga, I had your back. And then you get on, it took you to get high, get some of that truth serum in you to get on camera. And yes, I did drag her out. That right there. I can't even be mad at you. I mean, I'm disappointed in you, but I'm mad at myself. It was like, God damn, you know, that habit. That it came, hit me back like a motherfucking boomerang once again. And from some from an individual that I held to high regard, like, you know, that hurt me. And the only reason I'm doing it in this video, like I was afraid to admit he was wrong, is because what I'm doing is what everybody should do. And what everyone should do, what I'm doing right now is what everyone should do in general in life. As much as you will admire a motherfucker and tell them they're right, you have to be able to be like, hold on, nah, my nigga, that ain't cool. That was wrong. You got to be able to hold them accountable too. And you know, on a daily, well, not on a day, but like consistently, like I've been, like, you know, I've held this individual to a high regard, and like gave him praise. Like when you give him, like, again, you say, just don't be a yes man. Not saying I'm a yes man to him, but I'm like, you know, don't be a yes man as quickly as you will, you know, give somebody their flowers. You got to be able to snatch them away, even whether that's temporarily or whether it's forever. You got to be able to do that. Whether it's friends, people in your family, your kids, anyone, your favorite celebrity that can't do no wrong, you have to be able to do that. That's it. So, again, I probably said this before. I said this shit ain't structured. This shit ain't scripted. I'm just speaking mostly from the heart. And, you know, I felt inspired to do this. But, yeah, man, like, yeah, I'm doing this is because, you know, I'm doing this pretty much to hold Pharaoh accountable for, like, to pretty much to hold that man accountable for something that I felt wasn't right. And, you know, for you to lie like that, I don't think that's right, bro. Now, you're all about righteousness. So you might block me. Nigga might block me. He might make a video about me. I'm not looking for the clout. You know, I'm just speaking from the motherfucking heart about how I feel. Because ever since I seen that, my brother was standing right there. What made it funny is I hit the weed, right? And I was watching that whole shit unfold when he, like, about the night in question, you know, when the pizza man and the police all showed up. And shit, like, I'm watching that shit. I was watching that shit all morning, all night. I even posted up, hashtag protect young Pharaoh. Like, you know, I had his back on that. Well, I had his back up until, you know, I hit the weed, right? Then I watched the video and he was like, oh, like, he tripped. I'm like, and I'm watching, I'm like, I'm feeling like Cat Williams. You remember, he was like, is that the government was talking about cloned meat, like, you mean? But no, like, you know, I'm watching and I'm like, something ain't right. You know, he doing his usual, you know, being his usual loud self. He ranting and shit like this. Something just ain't. It seemed a little out of the ordinary. Like, and I'm watching. I'm like, I did track around, and I oh, this motherfucker's lost his mind. and I'm so motherfucking. I'm so high, right? That's how you know this shit real. Because I can't hold the laugh. Oh shit. Okay. I'm kind of high right now, actually. Hold on. So I'm hitting the weed. Okay. It's like the way you right. Oh shit. Wait, one more time. Okay, this right here is the definition of real shit. Okay, it is really. What time is it? It is 1:12 in the goddamn morning in Las Vegas, where I live. I'm making cinnamon toast, and I'm sitting here just talking to this fucking camera, laughing my ass off. This is real, okay? This shit ain't scripted. Where was I? I hit the motherfucking weed, and I'm watching this video. I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm so high. Maybe I'm misinterpreting the energy that's coming from this man right now. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm like, no, this nigga tripping. Nigga, it was so bad. It was so bad that you can ask my brother. My bro, the Fonz 64, aka 10 grams. Nigga, you can ask Fonz, bro. I played this video back, and I'm like, I'm laughing while watching. I'm like, is it me, or is this nigga like lost his mind? Like, something ain't right, you know? So, again, not judging. You smoke weed, you do shrooms. I don't give a fuck if you're sniffing a line of coke. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, and as long as you keeping it real, like, I ain't mad at you. I hit the weed. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at Golden. The only thing I do, only few things that I could think of off the top of my head is like, maybe you take your relationship and your business off the motherfucking internet, because you stay talking about how much you hate love and hip hop and all the shit, and it's the same thing. The same thing, even though he did keep saying, like, you want to make this into a reality TV show. That maybe that's what you're doing there. If that's what you want to do, fine. But, like, don't call yourself an introvert or a private person and you're doing shit like this. See, I'm not with that. You're contradicting yourself. Okay? Alright? I'm not here to point fingers at anybody or even... I'm not here to do all that. Fuck it. I did say what you mean what you say. I don't want to. I need to work on that too. Everybody need to stop being so. Pass the lick, take one. So I don't know what's gonna come of this video if anybody watched it up to this point. Nappy hair don't care. Dizzy Damn here. It's always a privilege to be in front of this lens. Whoever you are, wherever you are in the world, please make it count and try not to go crazy, because it is easy to do. Just try your best not to go crazy, not to hurt nobody, but by any means necessary. You know, protect your mind, protect your heart, protect your will, protect your life. But if you go through life looking for shit, that's just gonna come back to you like a fucking boomerang. If you talking about slapping bitches all day, somebody might fuck your sister up. You know what I'm talking about? You about that life and you gangbang, or you busting guns and shooting at motherfuckers. Well, somebody's gonna bust a gun and come bang on your ass. That's just the way of life. You know, I'm pretty sure you know that. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. Some people choose to ignore that. Or maybe you got some of those people who are just so into the negative and toxic, like it's the norm from them. So when some bad shit happens to them, they just brush it off because they're used to it. You know, opposed to a motherfucker like me. And, you know, I ain't saying my life been peaches and cream. Like, you know, I know what my heart is. I know how honest and noble and humble and righteous I try to be. So when I feel like I get attacked, sometimes my reaction might be necessary, and sometimes I might overreact. But I know that. I haven't mastered myself yet, but, like, you know, I'm learning. And I'm also learning, at least as a man, like, the older you get, the less you give a fuck. Think about any old man that you have met, any goddamn race, any color. The older we get as men, we just give a less of a fuck, fam. Like, some people catch it earlier than others. And most of us are probably late bloomers to the shit. But yeah. Hit the weed. That was the funniest part of this video.